Good morning. I am delighted to be here this morning with my dear friend, brother-in-law, and Bang Bang Pie owner, Michael Ciapciak. Michael, thanks so much for joining me today.
Thanks for having me, Katie. Good morning.
It looks like you might be in a garden. Is that a pie garden I see behind you?
It is. It's a beautiful day in the pie garden. Generally speaking, it would be filled with our guests, but just me and you this morning.
So let's talk about that. You know, the last few weeks, we all thought it was going to be a couple of weeks of temporary business shutdowns. How have you been able to be managing throughout this time? What have you been doing?
Being patient and also maintaining a strong sense of hope for the future. As you suggested, it was meant to be temporary, so we did, per the governor's recommendation, close for the full 2 weeks. Way back in March, thinking it was going to be a short-term closure. And as the weeks went on and new information came, it was evident that it wasn't going to be, as short-term as originally suggested. So we did partially reopen for, to service our wholesale partners. And we had done that for a few weeks leading up to Mother's Day.
And how has that business been performing for you, the wholesale? I mean, I know a lot of us are heading to the grocery stores and anywhere we can go and support our local retailers and restaurants. How has it been working out for you?
It's been good. I mean, we were very fortunate to have some local retailers, that we had already partnered with. So I feel like we were ahead of the game in some capacity. Todos Market down in Printers Row, 6 Foxtrots throughout, primary north side neighborhoods,
Right.
Local Foods, all of that. They had already been carrying our products. So it was a really natural transition to, kind of ramp up as they ramped up. So we're grateful for that. And the few restaurants, that are opening, Nini's Deli in Westtown, Coal Fire Pizza on Southport and on Grand, they also are experiencing, really supportive business. So it's been good to be there for them.
That's great. So let's talk pies, specifically pie pop-ups. I mean, obviously I follow you and along with thousands and thousands of others on social media and was fortunate enough to partake in your Mother's Day pie pop-up. Talk a little bit about these pop-up events.
Yeah, so, naturally, just as much as the guests want things to get back to normal, we do too. And we're trying to, as a team, come up with solutions that, help the bottom line, but also help the community. And what we decided to do was kind of something we're calling the Bang Bang Pantry. It is a pop-up. It is one day a week. For now, it's in our Logan Square location only. It takes place on the patio that I am sitting on. So it's all open air, contactless pickup. Guests pre-order by midweek. We spend the next few days preparing the items, and then they come in a targeted window, on Saturday. And the number of items we offer will change weekly. This particular upcoming weekend for Memorial Day, we're doing a picnic pack with smoked and pulled pork, coleslaw, pickles, pimento cheese, and biscuits. I could see doing a sausage brisket pack in the future, or bacon biscuit, maybe a shrimp and grits. Alongside those items, we've started to feature local retailers. Our dear friend and culinary director for Honey Butter Fried Chicken, Cam Warren, has his own line of kimchi called Camchi. That's jarred, so we're selling that for him. We have small little gifts just this weekend, starting with our friends Nourishing Notes. We have linen tea towels that are screen printed with sophisticated food themes. We have note cards, so it's kind of like a one-stop shop. If you were to do a drive-by, safe distance social visit, you could grab a pie and a note card, drop it off.
A pie garden bazaar. It sounds fun. You're seeing more of these types of makeshift types of retail experiences, and people are craving social connection. People are craving getting back to places they've missed so much. I know you've heard quite a bit from some of your loyal supporters and customers and fans. Speak to them a little, but talk about where you're going with Bang Bang and maybe a word of encouragement to people who've been hoping and encouraging you along the way.
Yeah, there's no question. I mean, as you mentioned, we have, we've been here 8 years and we have an extraordinary fan base, and I'm very grateful for that. And they've all, contributed in their own unique way, whether it's responding to a social media post saying how much they miss us and what can they do, virtual tip jar for our team. We sold almost $20,000 worth of gift cards for future engagement, which we mailed out this week, which we're super happy to do and proud of. And people are posting, pictures of our store and saying how much they can't wait. And I've seen people post, when Facebook does memories, of a year ago, they're posting pictures of food and all of that does, lift their spirits. Obviously it's bittersweet because I'd prefer to have them and be able to serve them today than watch a memory of yesteryear. But, we definitely will be back. I mean, as we've discussed, there are certainly a number of restaurants that you and I both favor and that we've heard of nationally that have closed. And I think that's the tip of the iceberg. There will be many more in the coming weeks, months, and years that are impacted by this. And it's important for our community to know that, Bang Bang is back, not in the capacity that they know and love, but in a important capacity and will continue to evolve and adjust. Just yesterday, Governor Pritzker announced that, restaurants can look to reopen their patios sooner than he had originally indicated. That's a double-edged sword for sure, but it's encouraging news, certainly. I can't just snap my fingers and have the staff and the ability to be able to serve hundreds of people in the Pie Garden tomorrow. But I am grateful that we do have the Pie Garden and that he's, looking for ways to alleviate, people's concerns and allow them to come out and see us. So I think we'll do this bazaar, as you called it, our pantry for, a couple weeks and continue to get acclimated and improve and certainly look for a time and a future date that we can welcome guests, to sit and have a cup of, cold coffee or a biscuit sandwich. Again, that's not going to be as soon as next week, but, I would anticipate it's, in the next month or so.
So are you, just to kind of wrap up here, are you still taking orders for this Saturday, or are you sold out? Are people still on the website?
We stopped taking orders. I mean, again, we have a team of 36 normally, and we're operating with about 6. Okay. 4 full-timers, give or take, and 2 part-timers. So we do have a bandwidth, and we are planning. And having said that, there will be extras. I mean, people are gonna try to reach in our, slide into our DMs or I'll certainly have friends text and anyone that we can accommodate, we will try to. Right. But we are trying to be reasonable, have reasonable expectations for our team. Also trying to bring in as little product as possible to keep our, costs down and waste at a minimum in this. And we always do that, but obviously in this, challenging time, we're watching our, P&L as tightly as possible.
And that's, and the resilience, but it's like the message here is, I think the early bird catches the worm. So note to all those out there, get your orders in early next time. Michael, I admire your resilience and your optimism and your strength and your, this positivity and action. I mean, this series I started was all about, entrepreneurs and service providers taking action and not sitting on the sidelines. So I applaud you. We are excited to get Bang Bang up and running in full capacity. And in the meantime, we're going to support you to the best of our abilities. Thank you so much for joining me.
I appreciate that, Cadey. Thank you. And as our brother John says, ferociously optimistic. And that's all we can look forward into in this time. So look forward to having you and your colleagues in the Pie Garden soon. And thanks for hosting me.
Awesome. Take care. Thanks so much.
See you Saturday. Thank you.
Bye-bye.